Oh boy. Alright, this was a rough one. Volume 6, Episode 5, The Coming Storm. This one was interesting. Alright, this one had a lot of information, and I am excited to go into all of it. So, we're going to be breaking it up into parts as we normally do. First part, we have Cinder's part in Mistral with the Spiders, and the next part, we have Ruby and company at the Brunwick's farm. So, let's just jump into it. Starting off with Cinder, let me just tell you something. She has returned to Little Miss Malachite talking about alright, it's been 2 weeks, where's Ruby and the Mat? Little Miss Malachite, of course, tells her that they're heading to Argus, but that most likely means they're heading to Atlas. Cinder understands this, and she's like, alright, bet. She's about to leave, but then Little Miss Malachite is like, oh, by the way, Cinder, we know somebody who's looking for you. And Cinder's like, what? Who could be looking for me? And then she turns around, she hears something open, and there, standing in all of her ice cream glory, is Neo. Neo is back, and she doesn't even, Cinder's like, what? And then Neo just starts attacking her with, like, there's an amazing fight scene between Cinder and Neo. Like, Neo is, like, hitting her with the umbrella so many times, and Cinder starts, like, fist fighting a bit, and they're going at it, like, hardcore. But then Little Miss Malachite is like, alright guys, enough. Y'all are gonna have to take this outside. And immediately they do. And Cinder gets out, she gets thrown out the window and she looks and she sees Neo. Neo has a Roman's hat on. Her clothes are all ripped up from being thrown off the airship last time we saw her. And she's like, Cinder's like, no dude, I didn't kill Roman, alright? You take that up with Ruby. But Neo is not having it. She keeps on attacking Cinder before Cinder just busts out the maiden powers. And it's like, no, enough. We both are trying to get Ruby. Let's not fight each other, let's team up. Just as the Bastion of Predictions predicted, they are teaming up now. So Cinder's like, alright, let's talk, but Neo's like, and she's like, oh yeah, right. So I'm taking that as Neo is now canonically mute. I always assumed that, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good to see Neo back, good to see her as a mute character and representation and all that. I like it. I really like Neo's return. Like, I've gone back and watched that fight like 10 times. Like, in an hour. Really good stuff. Glad to see Neo's back, and I wonder how their dynamic is going to play out. I'm thinking, like, Neo is not, like, 100% with Cinder. I think, like, maybe she's going to betray her at some point, like, the moment they get, like, close. Because Neo understands that Cinder is a maiden and powerful in magic, so she knows she can't beat that. So she's like, alright, I'll roll with you until a time comes where I can strike and, kill you. We don't know. We have to wait and see, but Neo's back. I was right about, everybody was right, honestly. Like, there's no way that hat couldn't mean that Neo is returning, so. No, why don't we now move on to the part, the part. So the part now, Ruby and Co. are at Brunswick's farm. They get in there, and immediately Ruby notices a framed photograph of a bunch of farm people. And some of them look a bit interesting, we'll get into that a bit later, but then they hear Weiss scream. So Ruby and Blake have a conversation, but then they run up to the room that Weiss was in, and they see that Weiss and Yang have walked into a room where the people in the bed, dead. Just completely, like, decomposed in their sleep. They look peaceful. Like, they look like they were just going to sleep normally, and then they just died. So, they, like, they're obviously spooked about all this, and then Crow, they, like, go back downstairs, light a fire. Blake wraps a blanket around Weiss. It's very nice. Crow comes back and he's like, yeah, no, it's the same like that in every single house here. We're like, Jesus Christ. It's like they went to sleep and never woke up. So, naturally, everybody's kind of spooked, and he's like, if you go anywhere, nobody goes anywhere alone. So, Blake and Yang opt to go look for a vehicle somewhere. And Oscar and Maria try to, like, look for a book and kind of, like, hang out. And Ruby and Weiss go to find food. That's, like, their goals right now. So, Blake and Yang are in, like, this little shed, and they see, like, a little, like, almost like a little wagon that they can hook to the back of Bumblebee. I'm like, yeah, we got it. But then Yang sees a flash of Adam again. And Blake's like, yo, what's wrong, Yang? And Yang's like, I just keep on having flashes of that night. I keep on seeing Adam. Do you really think he's still out there? Blake's like, yeah, he's probably still out there. But, the best thing is that when he comes, Yang, I'm going to be here for you, and I'll protect you. And Yang's like, what? I don't need protection. She kind of, like, walks off. She's kind of aggy right now. Blake's like, what did I do wrong? But she'll never know because they're in a rough patch right now. Fun bits. Meanwhile, Ruby and Weiss go down to, like, the little, like, basement where they see a bunch of wine. And Ruby's like, yeah, I think we should hide this from Crow. I'm not sure how he's taking things. They're finally addressing his alcoholism as like a serious thing, and I like it. It's showing more, you know, blah, 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 blah. So they go any further, and Weiss is like, Ruby, are we still going to Atlas? And Ruby's like, duh, why wouldn't we be? And, you know, she's like, well, you know, maybe it's kind of weird. Maybe we shouldn't do that. But she's like, never mind, Ruby, I'm sorry, you're right. I'm just tired. They go down even further, and they find, like, a little, like, a cellar door. But with it, they also find food. Some shrimp-flavored beans, which is just sinful, honestly. And the fact that Ruby was psyched about it makes me just, like, not like Ruby as a character. Joking. But, yeah, basically, they, so they find, like, that cellar door, and they take the food, and they leave. But as they leave, the cellar door kind of, like, just, like, creaks open before slamming shut. So something's down there. Yeah, something is going, like, the entire episode, like, when they were at the farm, just has a vibe that I do not like. I do not agree with it. It is a spooky behind vibe, and I'm not about it. I don't like what's about to happen to them. I got a bad feel about this, Scoob. Like, honestly, it's bugging me out, but that's just the way it goes. So that was this episode. But I do have some theories. So, like, Ruby found the photograph of, like, the people who lived there. One of them was a red-headed young man. Like, I'm not talking about the boy. I'm talking about, like, the taller dude. I'm thinking that is maybe Torchwick, Roman Torchwick. And this Brunswick, Torchwick, who knows? Maybe he saw what happened at the farm and he skedaddled. Maybe Neo was also on that farm. There was a couple little girls. Maybe they escaped together and that's why they're about it. Who knows? Maybe that's why he has such a negative worldview, because, like, his entire, like, town and, like, on that farm was just wiped out. We don't know. Also, that Grim from the intro, that's definitely in that cellar. There's no way it's not, because right now, Yang and Weiss were the two who found the dead bodies, and they're the two throughout this episode who are like, no, I'm just tired. Everyone died in their sleep. I think this Grim kills people in their sleep, or puts people to sleep and then kills them. Whatever way, I'm not liking where this is going. Maybe I will if they can, like, if it's cool, but, like, I'm scared. I'm worried. And plus, with Neo and Cinder on the same team, and Tyrion probably going after, everything is not looking good for them. We're in a rough state right now, alright? This is a rough patch for our boys on our girls on RWBY, alright? So, hopefully, though, they can, you know, get better and overcome all of these obstacles. I don't think I've ever been at a point in RWBY where things just look so bad, like so hopeless for them. And it's getting rough. It's getting rough, honestly. I'm scared for them. I want them to succeed. I want them to live. They're doing good. But all in all, great job, RWBY, this time around, you know, with, like, the episode, with the fight scenes between Cinder and Neo. I'm glad that Neo's back. At first I was kind of iffy, because I always saw Neo as, like, pilot. That's kind of like the pilot boy from Volume 5. Like, she was like a fun, like, background character that everyone's kind of, like, latched on to. But now that they brought her back, and maybe they're going to give her more plot relevance, I'm looking forward to see what they do with her. I'm digging it. Great job, RWBY, everybody, Miles Carey, Eileen, voice actresses, art, everything. Hey, what do y'all think's going to happen on the next episode of RWBY? What do y'all think is going to happen next? What do you think's gonna happen next? Kai, what do you think's gonna happen next? What is your thoughts? Guys, please make it an interview, make it a question, make it an answer. Come on, what do you got? What do you got? Okay, alright. Thank you for your time, sir.